So, anthropologist, violence is an extreme form of aggression and is distinct from the self-expression sufficient for survival under normal conditions. So like I read that and I think that's tricky, and like I want to make sure like I understand everything, so I reread like the whole sentence again in my own words. So like we're saying like, hey, violence is is this like out there form of aggression, and it's different from self-expression that's sufficient to survive under normal conditions. Like we don't need violence. Human beings in certain situations react to unpleasant stimuli with violence, but only because they are conditioned by their culture to react in this manner. So saying like, hey, we respond whenever we're like unhappy, we respond with violence, but we do it because we're conditioned to do it. What kind of condition does only introduce?
Like I have like there's group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4. Like that's what I think about it. But
Okay. So what about sufficient or necessary? Just those two.
oh, okay. So only because they're conditioned. I think only is a necessary.
Yep, only has an N, so that we know that this is like a necessary condition for this. Excellent. All right, so what kind of question is this?
Each of the following can be logically inferred. This is a must be true.
Yes, except it's true except. So it's almost like, so it's like it cannot be true, right? And these are tricky. So if it can be inferred, which what does inferred mean on the LSAT?
Like it's true.
Conclude.
Like,
yep, it means to
okay.
conclude. Yep. I was not taught that in school. I thought inferred was an educated guess, but it's on the LSAT, it's a strongest conclusion. So you see this on reading comp all the time too, where it's the same level as must be true. All right, so let's go through and start with A. Tell me, love this, leave it, or hate it.
Okay, so not all aggression is violent. Human beings in situations. So I don't, hold on. I don't like it.
So you think that this cannot be concluded from our stimulus?
I don't think so. Maybe just leave it. I want to read
Okay, we'll leave it.
Okay. B, the self-expression required for survival is generally non-aggressive. I don't like that.
So when you say you don't like it, does that mean that you think it is supported from the stimulus?
I don't think it's supported from the stimulus.
Okay, because we are trying to find the one that's not supported, right?
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
Okay,
that's why I was asking the question, because it's kind of except questions are kind of tricky.
Violence is extreme form of aggression, like we said. It's a crazy out of this world form of aggression, and it's different from self-expression that's necessary or sufficient, for survival in regular conditions. Human beings in certain situations react to these stimuli with violence, but because they're conditioned to do that. Yeah, that's tricky. These answer choices, I don't know. I don't know about B.
Okay.
Some behaviors are influenced by the cultures in which human beings live. Okay, so that's supported by the stimulus, I think.
Excellent.
So
yeah.
so
at least one behavior is influenced by the culture that we live. Absolutely. So we can cross this one off.
Okay, and then in normal circumstances, human beings can survive by responding non-violently. I feel like that's kind of supported too.
Yep. So we can cross this one off.
Violent behavior is a product of one's cultural environment. That can also be supported as well.
You said that is supported?
That can be supported, yeah.
Excellent. All right. So now we're just between two. Which one is definitely not supported, or which one could we see being supported?
A is the one that is not supported.
So, okay. So our answer is actually B.
Okay.
And do we know that, okay, so let's start with A. So not all aggression is violent. So this is saying that there's at least one aggression, not all aggression is violent. So we're saying that there's at least one aggression that's not violent. Could that be true?
No, I guess not. I mean, yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, because we say violent is an extreme form of aggression. So there has to be other kinds of aggression, right? That's not violent.
Okay, that makes sense. But why now? Why is B correct?
Okay. So it says the self-expression required for survival is generally non-aggressive. We don't know that it's non-aggressive. It could still be aggressive, but not be violent.
Okay.
So this is just this is like a level 4, like a difficult question where it's really just jumping between. I think we think of when we aren't overly critical, we kind of put aggression and violence as synonymous. And really
Mhm.
it's like, okay, aggression is this spectrum and
Mhm.
violence is like on the far end of it. But we could have
Mhm.
other things that are aggressive along here that might be an appropriate response.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
And then what does it say? And is distinct from the self-expression sufficient for survival. Okay, excellent.